Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Gary Reasons. And guess what? Today is a big day because today is day number 1 of this series for me where I am introducing to you all a concept. Well, I've written a book about. It's completely new and everything in it. I've had a great chance to put this book together and it is coming out. The book is called Reasons to Believe, an Inspirational Path to Winning. Well, and today is the first day of that. And what I'm going to do over the next several weeks and months is put together both on LinkedIn and on YouTube a series of little bit of snippets, some learnings that I've had over my sports and broadcast career that I want to share with everyone. Well, today, day number 1, we're going to start talking about one concept. It's called belief. So belief, it's a decision. It's something that happens before we ever have a result. So the belief really kind of shapes what we do by having preparation. We prepare for things and what we need to be, or we hope to have an outcome in. And when you're able to have a belief and everyone joins in on that belief, you understand what that outcome might be. Now, there are some standards that you have to set and they overcome circumstances. Well, what does that mean? Well, your standards are what you're going to expect. What are your expectations? What do you have to do on a consistent basis, a persistent basis? And if you have a little curveball that's thrown in there, that doesn't alleviate the issue of what you're going to do is stay the path and the course. That's your standards of excellence and for success. Now, you have to have a couple of things. You have to have evidence of where you're going, and you've got to have the conviction to get there. So what are the evidence? The things are you're putting in the work, you're putting in the preparation, you're trying to bring people together, a group together, a team together, and you have to do it with conviction. Conviction is obviously something that you want to all be a part of, and you have to pull yourselves together around that. And especially for the leadership in any situation, the language that they share and how they work, that reinforces the belief. So belief is a decision. It's ever before we have a result. And that's one of the things we have to do today. And now we want to talk about winning. Okay, winning on this side of the coin is something special as well, because winners decide what they stand for long before we ever look at a scoreboard. So winners are winning before anything really ever occurs. Well, there are some things that have to occur also. There's some non-negotiables that one you have to take care of before you get into that winning status. And there's a lot of things called preparation. We talked about that one already, but there's also a thing that we have to deal with, and it's called a culture. A winning culture is what happens when teams come together under leadership, under a unique direction, and they pull together. Championship cultures are established. They're not just created because somebody writes it. They establish themselves over time because that's what happens with good teams and good leaders. Now, we have to have some daily behaviors that are consistent. You have to do things the right way. You have to prepare, and those things become who you are. That is really going to be your culture. And then when you do look at the scoreboard, when you do look at the wins and losses, you're going to see that measuring matters, and those are the results that you're trying to look for. So this is Gary Reasons, and I'm glad to be bringing you my Reasons to Believe, Inspirational Path to Winning, in a book that'll be coming out this spring. I'll keep you updated on that. But for now, that's all I have for episode 1, and we'll meet you back here next time. Take care, everyone.